ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. I am your host, Michael Karvelis, and this is Daily Dive. It is Thursday, February 26, 2026, and this show begins now. We are live streaming via the airwaves of North American Talk Radio on YouTube. We ask that you subscribe to the channel for other great shows and live sports. I want to apologize for yesterday. I said there was going to be a women's college lacrosse game. Someone messed up on someone else's end. It was not our fault, so we apologize for that. But there have been college lacrosse games on our network, and we apologize for those that we're looking forward to that, because I know I was. You parlay the daily lacrosse talk show with the college lacrosse, it'd be kind of a nice day. Oh well. But there is more sports this weekend. There is CCIW men's basketball semifinal between North Park and number 10 Illinois Wesleyan. Check that out. They do a great job on those basketball games for IWU. On today's awesome show, I'm going to start off by giving flowers to people in lacrosse I usually don't. And I feel like it's appropriate because of some things that I've noticed over the last 24 hours. Or come to Jesus moments, if you will. Then we'll talk to Jacob Macdonald, a.k.a. the host and the guy behind AnythingLax. We'll talk about his recent viral moments taking on Bauer and how Warrior responded. And we'll also talk to him about the biggest stories in the NLL. And finally, we'll create the narrative for NLL week number 14. Before we get started, this show is presented by the merchandise found at natalkradio.us/NLL. Check that link out today. It takes you directly to the National Lacrosse League store on Amazon. We do appreciate your support by buying something when you do that. Also, remember that there is a giveaway going on right now. You can have up to 5 entries if you go vote on the poll, comment who you voted for, tag up to 3 friends to make it 4 entries, and if you comment live on this show, either your Instagram or Twitter handle, you will be entered into the giveaway as well. It's a value worth $67 US. The winner gets a choice of their Daily Dive shirts, a mug, and a unboxed logo shirts of the team that wins it. Guys, Pat and Jake, the Swamp Pups and the Frostbite, that is a heck of a battle right now. Check that out if you have not already. All right, so I'm going to give flowers to 4 people around lacrosse that I usually don't talk very highly of. Now, the first one is because this guy, he was held to such a high standard in year 1 and year 2. I didn't feel like it was warranted yet because of the numbers he was having. I think it was a lot of high usage. While I believe that this guy was great, I didn't see best player of all time yet. But Jeff Teat finally has his Robin. Rob Hellier has been awesome. Ironically, his name is Rob. Rob Hellier has been a godsend for Jeff Teat, who has continued to shine in fourth quarter after fourth quarter. The team's most recent win against Rochester, Jeff Teat was good once again. So I want to give a shout out to Jeff Teat, who's been awesome this year. And I said it before, guys, in my MVP race. I honestly feel miserable for this guy, because if Brad Dobson was having a year like that of Dylan Ward or Del Bianco, Jeff Teat would win the MVP, because his team is going to make the playoffs, it feels like. Unfortunately, Brad Dobson is almost at an 86 save percentage. It's unfair, but Jeff Teat, tip of the cap to you, sir, for being awesome and efficient and clutch. Next up, a guy who wants to take shots at my head if me playing goalie in Vancouver, His name is Curtis Dixon. Curtis Dixon, the last few games, let me get the numbers here on to be exact. Curtis Dixon has got 15 goals in the last 4 games. And that includes this many against Saskatchewan. But he had 4 against Rochester, 7 against Rochester, and 4 against Buffalo. He's at 28 on the season. Again, 15 in his last 4 games. That's impressive, Curtis Dixon. Superman up in no one likes that song anymore. That's what I thought. Now, the next 2 are going to be a little bit controversial, especially the last one. You guys know I'm critical of coaches. In fact, next week I will do the coaching temperature seat, like the coach's seat. How high is their temperature? We'll start that next week. But I'll be honest, I have called for Matt Sawyer's job. I am no stranger to it. Toronto Rock fans do not have to tell me that. I did not even know they were so hell-bent on that. I'm happy they are because it shows they're a fan base that cares. And I do think that helps motivate sports teams for better or worse, actually. I just want to mention Matt Sawyer is kind of like Ed Cuomo for me. For years, the Georgia Swarms, he seemed complacent. They seem to not be getting better. This year, the Swarm have been awesome. This year, Nick Rose was hurt for 4 or 5 games now. I hope he plays against Buffalo like I predicted. If he doesn't, Hollow Chuck has been just fine, minus 1 game. Like, the Rock are good, and Matt Sawyer deserves credit for that, especially when he's got a couple of rookies. I don't care how good those rookies are. He is the coach of that team, and he deserves at least another year or 2 because he's earned that. And finally, you guys know my thoughts on the PLL. There was a certain leader in the National Lacrosse League who went on LinkedIn and bragged about the dumpster fire. I'm sorry, about the moving the needle in the NLL. I originally made a comment. I took it back, but I have the screenshot of the comment that I posted. Like within 5 minutes, I was like, okay, fine. If certain people cannot come to my show, I guess I won't say that. I was not happy though. But Michael Rabel goes on a show. If you look up theride.talk on Instagram, these guys have interviewed some ESPN broadcasters. They interviewed Michael Rabel, and Mike Rabel was talking about the PLL. Newsflash is not afraid to lose money right now. They're willing to invest. Oh, wouldn't you know it? This is why this segment came to fruition, because I have blasted Paul and Mike Rabel for ignoring us, and they still do pretty much. But I can't knock that. You can't sit on your hands, especially if you're box lacrosse. You're not on ABC. These guys are on ABC. They're investing. I'm not saying we're going to get an ABC deal right now, but they were investing. They're not doing some hollow unbox thing. They're not doing other things like NLL Plus, which still does not make sense, and it might take 5 years for it to make sense. They were investing in valuable things. Shout outs to Michael Rabel. Paul Rabel, I still don't like you, but Mike Rabel, smart man. They're smart. What can I say? I'm not going to say if they ran the NLL because I would be scared to death, but if they ran the NLL, I may not have been the first one of these talk shows. Just saying. And I also don't think Jake Macdonald would have 5,000 followers, at least not as fast. When we come back, we're going to talk to a man who's really doing awesome on TikTok. I still have not done that, by the way, but we're going to talk to him. He's growing it. He's getting viral moments. We're also going to talk about NLL general topics as well. You're watching Daily Dive. Don't go anywhere. AnythingLax is next.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back, folks. Jacob Macdonald is patiently waiting in the background, so give me just a few seconds here to welcome you back to Daily Dive, the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talks on the planet. Thursday, February 26, 2026. And I really shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it anyways. There's already been over 200 votes on our giveaway for our All-Star draft that we had on Monday, all right? And I'm here to announce to people, I'm going to up the ante here, all right? It's been such a good turnout. The guys been such good sports posting it. I'm making this a $100 value, okay? You will get your unboxed logo shirts. Again, if you live in Canada, I'll just ship it here in the U.S. and I'll ship it back up to you. It's not hard. I will give you your choice of a Daily Dive shirt. We've got a few of them to choose from. You will get the mug. I will also throw in $40. All right, that's $100 value-wise. It's $40. It's $100. So I will throw that in there for you guys, whether it be PayPal, Cash App, however we got to get it to you. We don't get it to you. Many will enter. One will win. Right? Okay, good. There we go. We got it out of the way. Hey, Jake McDonald is here. How you been, man?
What's going on, man? How's it going?
I'm great. I shouldn't have caught you off guard, but I do appreciate you being ready for that.
Oh, no worries, man. It's all good.
So, are you at work right now?
No. I'm coming down for a Leaf game to Ontario, so I just drove down last night. So.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! Is it a waiting list, like they say?
I mean, I think season tickets might be, but just to get tickets, I mean, I'm going to a Toronto-Ottawa game, so they're rivals, and it's not the cheapest night to go. So, but it's my kid's first ever Leaf game. It's kind of his Christmas present. So.
Has he been to any NLL games?
We took him to a Halifax game in the opener. Yeah, absolutely.
He's like, what is hockey? This is terrible. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, it's funny, like, because you're actually a huge hockey fan. I'm a huge basketball fan. It's funny how we just lost out on the sport. So I want to first get to, we are up to 5,000 followers, and we will get to your viral moment shortly here. But how's it feel, man? And how hard is it? Because I know it's hard doing a show. How hard is it pumping out the content, man? Because that algorithm likes you when you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah, to be honest, man, it's basically just being consistent. And it's just more dedication than anything. You have to be consistent, and you have to, put the work in. And there's a lot of times I don't want to do content, and I do content. And once I get going, it's fine. But it's not like it's not that I don't love it. It's just that it's to put out 3 pieces of content every day. Plus a podcast or 2 podcasts a week usually it's a lot of it takes a lot of dedication.
If you keep fooling around, you'll be the second daily show. I'm just saying. Although technically, I guess 3 pieces of content every day and a twice a week show is not. It's pretty dang near close for the record. So I will give you that. I did not want to be the first. I don't want to be the only. I want to be the first. So I will give that. You are now the second. I will say that. How's that?
I'm working towards it. I'm working towards it for sure, man.
Good stuff. Now we have to get to what the people want. Listen, I'll be honest. It didn't hit me what the Bauer situation was until I saw what Warrior did for you after. So I looked back at the videos like, oh, wow, that's what they did. You break down to the people what the heck Bauer was thinking and Warrior's response.
Yeah, so I don't like when people pick on, especially these big companies, they pick on little creators. And Pavi happens to be a smaller hockey creator. She's grown quite a bit since all this has happened, which is amazing to see. And she's just doing stuff for the people. Like, she's on there reviewing hockey equipment, and she went on to a catalog of Bauer's, and they didn't like it. They reached out, asked her to collab with them. When she responded, they sent her basically a cease and desist. And she just basically put it online. And I've been a Bauer guy since I was 5 years old. Always bought my kids Bauer stuff, myself Bauer stuff. And it just makes me sick. And the way they didn't respond to it, the CEO did end up reaching out to her and talk to her. But I would like these companies to, if they make a mistake, just come out and say it and do it publicly, not just, especially once it starts blowing up and it's all in your comment section.
I don't think companies, and again, like, I know people were there might have been a burner account in the comments saying, oh, well, this guy's just doing his job. Maybe so, but I agree with you. Like, it's when I had Kevin Durant quote tweet me, I don't think Kevin Durant was ill intent towards me. His millions of followers went after me, called me all kind of names. And that's when you're looking at notifications and suddenly your phone starts freezing because of it. It's frustrating, especially when they're all calling you, hey, loser. It gets a little bit frustrating. So I agree with you on that. Now, before we get to the Warrior part of it, I want to mention as well, because I know you probably feel the same way technically. I guess if by the law they might be right, but like you said, this girl is not trying to steal anything from them. It's just trying to grow her brand by reviewing awesome, what she probably views as awesome products. That's what bothers me. Is I'm not worried about the legality crap of it. I'm worried about her trying to make a living like the rest of us, and because she's good at it. That's crazy, bro.
Well, the thing is, though, is she was under, I think she was under 10,000. So it wasn't possible for her to make any money off the TikTok. So she's not making any money. If anything, she's giving you free advertising. So and the way they were smug about it after to just sweep it under, I personally won't be buying anything more Bauer ever again. Like I said, I watched Warriors stand up. I watched so many other companies stand up. CCM, the list goes on and on. There's so many smaller companies as well. She's got so many partnerships now. I love to see it. She's such a great person and just does it for the love of the game. And those are the people that I want to see companies partner with.
Love it. Now, Warrior, they're smaller because they're NLL, but only in the lacrosse, but they are pretty big in the lacrosse world. What did they do? Because that was pretty sweet, man.
Yeah, so showed it to Warrior Hockey to start off. They were the ones that actually commented on my videos, and then they ended up reaching out to Warrior Lacrosse, and they reached out to me essentially. And I just said, I love your products, all that kind of stuff. And they offered to send my son a stick. So I said, I don't expect anything. I didn't. That's not why I did the content. That's not. I wasn't looking for that. I already love Warrior anyway. My son's already got a Warrior stick. He's also got a Nike one. Now he's got this new one. And I mean, It's great quality, man. It really is. And so they sent him a stick. He goes, before he pulls it out, he goes, I hope it's white. I said, just, be happy with what you get. And it came out pure white. So it was awesome.
Hey, we love the iced out stuff. All right. I do. Listen, man, it's funny because I remember, like, this is a stupid story, but it's why that makes a lot of love for me. When Twitter first started, like in 2009 or whatever, there would be brands like that you would interact with. Like Verizon sent me a signed basketball, Head and Shoulder shampoo, sent me a bottle of Head and Shoulder. It makes you feel good. So shout out to Warrior. I talked to other people about this, and they made a good point that, like, seeing how your post blew up in support, it not only is Warrior doing a great thing, it also makes their brand look better by being in solidarity. Yep. And to me, like, the term solidarity is thrown around, they do the right thing, though. Good for them. Good for them sticking up for this morons of Bauer. All right, or against the morons of Bauer. All right, now enough of that. Again, congratulations on your TikTok success. Keep crushing it. But we're not done with you, sir. We have to get to some fun topics. The first one, by the way, is going to seem like a shot at you. It's not, okay?
Yep.
First of all,
absolutely.
I hate needles, all right? I don't have any tattoos. I know you were willing to get an Oshawa Firewolves tattoo if they made the playoffs. You probably still are. I have also been a big Firewolves supporter since they made the finals. What is your take on what the heck has happened to them this year?
Okay, so I'm passionate about the Fire Wolves because I liked them last year. They went on a run at the end of the season. It was the
Yes.
second half of the season I started watching, so I really was hooked on them then. Then they moved to Oshawa. I love them there. I think they, the fact that they have Dyson, the whole home thing, but the display they put on the last game, going down 9-1, shows some heart out there. And you know what? Your fans are going. They're showing up. They're happy. They're happy to be there. Their fans, to be honest with you, they I don't know if they're ready for a fan like me because I'll rip them apart when they do it, but I'll also praise them when they do well. But to go out there when your back's against the wall and to go down 9-1, show some heart, man. That's all I'm asking for, and that's what you need to do for your fan base. So if something doesn't change, if they can't start at least showing that they're going to win, something needs to change because this isn't working. Whatever it is.
I don't want to like just throw people's jobs on the line sometimes, but I've mentioned like, 2 years ago you made the finals after having the worst record in the league, so it's not like this was a one-off. The next year, Dyson is added. Like Dyson's added before last season. He's like the missing piece that can help you get over the hump. Like you said, you start terrible, you end up on a run. You're like, okay, build momentum. I said like, moving to Oshawa was like, was it going to hurt them or help them? The fans obviously helped them. The players and coach talked about it. But at what point do you fire a coach? Do you make a trade you don't want to make? I think Alex Simmons has been great. Dougie to start was fantastic. But I'm like, good thing these games aren't played on paper, man.
And like that's Alex Simmons. It's sad to be going to see him miss the playoffs when he's had such a good season.
Yeah.
And on paper they should have a good team, but it's like the nights that their back end's playing well, their offense stops, and then the nights when their offense is playing well, their back end lets up. So it's like they just can't get it together. And just last week was sickening to me by watching them go out and go down 9-1 in the half and just give up.
That being said, the tattoo is still a thing, right? If it happens.
Hey, eventually, man, I got a Leaf tattoo, and whatever team I end up becoming a part of, I will get a tattoo on my other arm for it.
I love that. Yeah. I appreciate the awesomeness there, or the dedication. Awesomeness is a word too, but dedication is what I'm looking for there. All right, next up, you were close to Halifax, correct? Like that's
yeah,
okay.
2.5 hours away.
God, that's not terrible. It could be worse.
Yeah.
So Halifax has also been a little bit down. I want to first touch on Warren Hill because that is a positive for this team. Like for the first time in a while, he's been great. What have you seen that's missing from them this year?
So starting off with Halifax, I'm still not quite understanding the Thede trade. That to let go of a piece like that and then see your offense dip like it has, I think that they would be in a lot better position. They've had a couple really close games. Right. They have a veteran team. It's kind of one of those things that I think this week's a big week for them playing Calgary. This is an absolute must win. If they don't win, it's time to tear it down. But I still do technically believe in this team. They can still, if they go on a run, which if looking at their schedule, there is a chance they can still make the playoffs. And I believe in their players. I like their back end. I like we said, Mr. Hill's having an amazing year. If their offense can just get it together, they can still be a dark horse to even go all the way.
I love that. It's not probable. It is possible. Yeah. You're talking about their fans. So this year they've had 3 sellouts in 5 home games. Another team that's showing up is like, come on, guys, help us out here. But great job. I love seeing that though. Just forget the team record.
Yeah, and I like they're trying. Like Halifax is kind of like I think Greggy said this. He said, it's a major marker. Maybe it was Teddy actually. Like, I think that's the target audience or the markets that the NLL needs to go with. Kind of like a Savannah Bananas thing, right? Where they went to baseball areas that didn't have a baseball team and kind of tapped into those markets first. And look how big they've gone. So I think the NLL looking for something like that would be the same kind of success.
Just calling them Bananas at this point. They don't even show up to our place anymore.
Yeah.
It's funny because, you're right, because Teddy had talked to Brett Fruit about that great conversation with the commissioner there. I had actually been kind of teasing that Savannah could get a team because I'm like the Ghost, we lost our hockey team in Atlanta, and you got Savannah showing up for Ghost Parts game. Show the kids a $5 beer and a lacrosse game. We're here. Come on, baby. It's amazing. All right. Let's get to another thing, and then we'll get to a more positive note here. Buffalo Bandits. Now, This is an interesting question, kind of like what I do with Pat Gregoire with the overreaction questions, because I ask, is the Buffalo dynasty over? You could do like the Patriots stuff where you break it up into pieces. You could also view this as one, because I think a year before COVID they went. They never since then they've been going to the finals. Even if they miss it this year, what is your take on the Bandits dynasty being over?
I think every great dynasty comes to an end. They've won to 5 finals, won 3 in a row. And Matt Vince, I think that if he didn't come back this year, it would have always been like, what if, trying to go for that 4th. Yeah. I don't think they're making the playoffs at this point. If anything, to be honest, like I said, Matt Vince, what about Matt Vince going to Vegas or something to finish off the season and try to win another championship with another team? Because that's really all Vegas is missing. And, I was pushed back with, he probably wouldn't want to do the travel. And that's fair enough, I guess. But to be honest with you, I see them. I can't see them making the playoffs with their remaining schedule. They have a hard schedule.
So you just, I don't know if I haven't heard you say that. You just mentioned something that was crazy to me. Because I believe Pat Gregoire was the one, I don't know if he's reporting it, but he was saying on our show on Monday that was Steve Dietrich, the general manager, was like, if they don't do well this weekend, like they're pretty much, considering some stuff. Matt Vince to Vegas would be wild.
It makes sense.
That out there is awesome.
Yeah, it makes sense on like when from a fan. I always say this. I'm a fan, right? So I always look at like fan trades. So I don't really look at all the logistics behind it sometimes. But I think Vegas, to me, for them not to go get a goalie when they've made all that other moves, I think they need to do it. They need to go get a goalie, whether that be Nick DeMood or like a Vince, or try to go steal one of these really good backups that's sitting. I like Whittam, but I don't think they're going to let him go. But I think he's ready to be a starter myself. So again, they have Con that's sitting there, but they need somebody for the next probably couple seasons until Con's really ready to go.
Youngest player in the league checks out for sure. Fun fact, they have the youngest player and the shortest player. Shout out Hammer Jackson. All right, so I just had a screenshot of this because I had not known this. I'm going to ask you a question that I prepared you for. Who is the second best team first, obviously being the Rush? Right now, his power rankings, he's got Georgia number 2.
Yeah.
Now, you can take it to where you have it now, or you can do it like the end of the season. I wanted to wear a shirt. I'm looking at it right now. I didn't wear it. I think I know you're going to go with based on a recent video I saw, but I want to hear it. Who's the second best team?
So, to be honest with you, so Colorado, you could easily make an argument that it's Colorado. Colorado, in my opinion, could be considered to have the most complete team. But to be honest with you, I have to put Georgia, and it's because of Brett Dobson, the X Factor. Lyle Thompson is really starting to get back into it, and I argued this whole offseason that he was the best player in the world. I still think when he's on, he is just overall player. And with Michael Grace, man, that kid is such a stud. Nolan Byrne too. He doesn't get talked about enough because he's overshadowed by the Toronto boys. But I can tell you, man, that team is just young and scary. And I remember I was sitting beside somebody during the preseason game. I don't want to shout him out because they don't want me to. But he was a big, he's integrated with it, and he was saying basically how Georgia's going to be really good. And we were kind of like debating back and forth. And I messaged him yesterday, and I was like, "You were fucking bang on with Georgians, right?"
Well, I'd say, good Lord. It's funny because, so I will see them in person on Saturday for the first time this year. I'm excited. But you talk about Nolan Byrne, that is an interesting fact of it because Nolan Byrne, I look back at my first rookie award race, he was 3rd place. And you look at his numbers now, he's still awesome. Like you said, if those Hiltz and Kurtz were not so freaking awesome, if Michael Grace was not awesome, Byrne is awesome and great, but somebody has to be 4th or 5th place here.
Yep. The other thing I want to say too is Brett Dobson is the Patrick Waugh of our league. He is that level good. I think he's going to go. He already has proven himself in field. If he can go win a championship, and that's why I think honestly, right now, if I had to take a bet on who I'm going to throw in my chips into, it's going to be Georgia to win. Only because you could easily pick Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan's I think that it's their championship to lose almost. But in Colorado, same thing, probably, arguably the best overall team. But if I had to pick another team, it's like Georgia or Toronto. Those two, I think if they can go on a run, Brett Dobson can steal those games for them in their offense, Nolan Byrne and Lyle Thompson. If they have big games in the playoffs, and Brett Dobson does what he does, it's over.
It's funny. So do you have Coolbat in your area? I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes one Canadian on the show.
Yeah.
Poor Captain, man. He's in Ontario. Boo. I was looking at DraftKings. They've got the Swarm at 6-1, and Toronto's at 10-1. For me, however that book looks, I'm looking at the 10-1. I guarantee you might be able to find Georgia at better value than 6-1, but 10-1, man, you might have to sprinkle some AnythingLax funds on that. Jake, I appreciate you, man. You have done the Lord's work, I will say, or the Creator's work. We can do that too. But I appreciate you, sir. Continue to grind. It's hard, man, but God bless it. The league's awesome.
Yeah, no, the league's amazing. I do criticize a lot of it, but it's at the end of the day, I always find it's easier to find the bad. They're doing so many amazing things. Brett Fruit, I love him. I think he's a great for the league. And I think that there's lots of room for improvement, but what they've done so far is just some great things.
I like Brett Fruit too. The person I talked about the first time, it was actually not Brett Fruit. I didn't see the person's name, but it was not Brett Fruit, so I'm happy about that. But have a great day. Have a great weekend, man. And we appreciate you for gracing us with your TikTok audience, sir.
I appreciate you, buddy.
Bye. Oh, man. Listen, man. It is hard to grind the way that dude does. He is the second Dilly show in NLL now, right? Like, come on. Like, I don't do 3 TikTok. I don't even do 3 maybe I do. I don't think I do 3 Instagram posts a day. So this guy, okay. I'm on YouTube. He's taking everything else from me, so that's not bad. Cool. All right, folks. When we come back to this awesome show, we are going to address some comments. I think that we'll do it now. I couldn't get to these guys. I didn't want to take them forever. Hello. Are you concerned? See, that's what sucks. Pat, I'm sorry, man. We had to give him some time. Family and all good stuff. All right. When we come back to this show, we're doing Creating the Narrative 10 games. Are you ready, kids? Don't say it yet. We'll be right back. Aye, Captain. God.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening. You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back to Dilly Dive, the only Monday through Friday lacrosse talks on the planet. I'm your host, Michael Karvelis. It's Thursday, February 26th, 2026. It's a lot of 2s and 6s, man. I don't like that too much. You're going to the game? Get your tickets, bruh, at anytalkradio.com and click that tab, and then you want to look good? Get your merch, bruh. NA Talk Radio. .us/NLL. Shop. Purchase. Money. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard. And as you go, well, now here's a sports take from this guy. Sasquatch is the juggernaut there, cruising for the cup. Yeah, well, it seems like that for sure. So I want to mention this one more time here, that if you comment your Instagram or Twitter username right now, live, not replay, live, you will get a 5th entry into this giveaway. And as I said earlier, I have added $40 cash value because I'm just generous. I'm like giving tons of pints of blood right here for you guys. All right, it's my tears, my heart. I work a night shift. All right, we ain't got no sponsors. We actually don't have any sponsors. I have to think about that. Like, do we? No. All right, so let's create the narrative for NLL Week 14 slates. I'm excited. So there's 4 games. There is 4 games on Friday, 5 on Saturday, and 1 on Sunday. That equals 10. It's about how many votes Teddy has out of the 200, but that's just mean. Anyways, it's like 30 for the record. So Friday, you got Swarm at the Wings. It's the first of a home and home in back-to-back nights, which is brutal. Swarm are 7-3. Can they sweep one of the bottom 3 teams? Because I think 9-3 is going to go a long way for their seeding. If they can get through this weekend unscathed, I mean, my goodness. Saskatchewan Rush at the Buffalo Bandits. NLL Finals rematch. But will it be a must-watch like we had hoped? At this point, can Buffalo shock the world? Guys, they just beat this team in 3 games. Boy, things have gone south. Well, we'll see what happens. San Diego Seals at the Colorado Mammoth. The Seals are getting hot. And Mammoth, at least for a game, got a little humbled. Even Pat Gregoire, one of the faces of the league, or one of the voices of the league, was saying, hey, Colorado might have shown a little bit of chink in the armor. So we'll have to see how that plays out. So will the trends continue, or will they go back to where they were about a week or 2 ago? Vancouver Warriors at the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. 2 teams that treat their players very well. Is Kevin Crowley going to play? Because if so, he's going to host his former team potentially. This is also a big spot for Las Vegas to make statements. We know Vancouver is on the first leg of a back-to-back that night. Can you at least be competitive? And if you're competitive, can you steal one? So that's the Friday games for you. There we go. MJG79 is back. Thank you for quoting Twitter. That was funny. So that was a bonus entry for you. And Michael, I don't know if you've actually I'm not talking about someone, I'm talking to Grace here. I don't know if you have commented on the polls, but please do that on Instagram or Twitter. On Twitter, it's on the pinned tweet. So comment who you think won and tag the 3 friends. That'll give you 5 because you just got the bonus entry right here, just for the record. Saturday games, the Oshawa Firewolves at the Ottawa Black Bears. This was a shootout last time, I believe in week 5 or so, and the Oshawa Firewolves, for the first time all season, showed a pulse on offense. Unfortunately, their defense went straight to hell. The Trillium Cup obviously continues. Can Ottawa get 2 games above 500? I'll be honest, I don't think Jeff T cares about MVP, but I'm going to also be honest about this. No one wants to say it yet, and I'm not saying it's going to happen. There is a possibility, Campbell's chunky, possibilities. There's a possibility that Jeff T wins the MVP. You're like, well, how's that going to happen? Goalies don't finish with over 85 save percentage, all right? Brad Dobson, God bless him, through 11 games, or 10 games, excuse me, he's done just that. He's got 8 more to go, all right? I'm not saying Brett will not have a great year, but I told you guys earlier, 81 or 82% is a lot different than 86%. If the Black Bears can keep winning and Jeff T can keep being awesome, I'm telling you guys right now, you heard it here before week 14. Jeff T could still win MVP. It's a runaway train right now. Keep that in mind. Saskatchewan Rush and the Rochester Nighthawks in Rochester. K-Hawks have a chance to get right and get a big win. Because remember, consistency is key. Like, forget the fact that I said, oh, please beat the contenders for your own sake. How about just win a game again, all right? This losing streak thing is not good. I know Seneca Nation bought you. They seem to be invested, but man, don't make it harder on yourselves. Come on. Connor Fields, I found out Connor Fields has no 3 stars awards for me this year. He comes into this year leading in that category through the first 2 seasons. But now, Jeff T passed him. Spoiler alert for a social media post later. Connor Fields got to step up, man. Ever since I made that graphic where we only have like 5 turnovers for 5 games, you and your team have been not great. Hartley, come on. It's locked in. Rochester, I know you're playing the Rush, but they are on the second leg of a back-to-back. Come on, boys. All right, Buffalo Bears, Toronto Rock. No one wants to hear this, but this rivalry game, this game is bigger for the Bears than it is for the previous night for them. Like, I don't think, while they want to beat the Rush, obviously, as everyone does right now, it would be much sweeter if they beat the Rock, because they own the Rock. And they haven't played this year yet. And Toronto's going this way. Buffalo appears to be going this way. So, I'm not saying Buffalo will get right this weekend, but why not take care of business against the team that you usually do so against? So yeah. Oh, and Captain's going to be there. Boots on the ground. Philadelphia Wings at the Georgia Swarm. I will be in Duluth with my assistant Clifford, actually. Brian O'Neill and Joe Rez will be in our backyard. I also going to see Brett Dobbs in the 2026 version up close. That'll be awesome. So I will also be boots on the ground. Those games are 30 minutes apart from each other, by the way. So me and Captain will be getting a whole bunch of content. We might sneak in some foot pictures and sell it. That's a lie, but that's that. There you go. Does Rochester need to flip one of their offensive stars to improve? I don't know. But I want them to take care of this weekend first, or at least be competitive, or maybe win. They can win that game. Halifax Thunderbirds at the Calgary Roughnecks. This is a building blocks game for both teams. Halifax, I'm just going to say it. Why don't y'all play Will McLeod? All right? Let the kid flap his wings. Because I don't think Halifax is going to be good this year. I know Jake Macdonald said it. I don't believe it. All right? They're done. Even if you lose this game, you're done. All right? You've wasted a good year of Warren Hill. Also, Calgary, there's a chance that Tyler Pace and Tanner Cook are auditioning. Not for their own sake, for the teams around them. For the teams that are for the GMs that are like, he would look great in our offense, wouldn't he? And the other guy, yeah, you're right. You're right, buddy. All right, so there's that. And finally, on Sunday, Vancouver Warriors at the San Diego Seals in a big game. Both teams have played Friday and end the week in beautiful Seal Town, California, a.k.a. San Diego Zoo. O'Regan needs a big game. So does Wesley Berg. But that being said, are we going to come out on the other side this weekend with Vancouver just casually sweeping 2 hungry teams? Because that to me will be a little bit impressive. I see a lot impressive. I'm not going to sit here and act like them beating Vegas, and who has a pulse, and San Diego, who's been on the up. I don't think that'll be no big deal. Nah. If they win these games, and for Vancouver, it's both on the road, I'm not putting it past them that they're not going to sell me a bit this weekend. So, Vancouver, this is your chance. San Diego, you know what to do. I don't know why I love creating the narrative so much, but it's what we do, baby. When you have the first daily lacrosse talk show, it's what you do, all right? Bada bing, bada boom. All right, folks, we'll see you tomorrow with a bunch of game previews and best bets. Our best bets are so good that I believe it's why DraftKings and other books have been a little slow adding their lines. I don't know if it's because they're trying to really handicap them. I doubt it. Or it's like, God, I hope Captain doesn't text me again. They're stealing. We're literally, I told you guys this, and watch me lose again this week. We're going straight into the igloos. We're taking all the polar bears. Hey, pal, you better fess up and hand me over your money, or we're taking names, all right? So, I'm just saying, I don't know if I can do guns on YouTube. I just did it. We'll call them water guns, all right? These are water guns. We're shooting them guys right in the eye with the water guns, YouTube. Google doesn't like that stuff. Anyways, you have a great day. Even though you can find anything on Google, we're not going to talk about that. You guys have a great day. Enjoy your Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. No American Talk Radio on YouTube. This has been Dilly Dive.